It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year Award Program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of Varsity Athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues du championnat U-Sport.
Hello and welcome to the U-Sports Women's Rugby Championship on CBC. I'm Karen Paquin along with Paul George. Today, this is the last match of the day, and this is a semifinal for the Molinex Trophy. And the teams in front of you are Queen's Gales, OU8 champion, and the hometown team, Laval Rougeard. Paul.
Yes, it's been an exciting road to this last semifinal of the day. We've seen some commanding performances by the Golden Gales against the UPI Panthers on Wednesday, a 66-17 win to bring them here, and a nail-biter for the hometown Rougeard, winning 7-5 against the UBC Thunderbirds. They did so in front of a crowd of 3,577 spectators. That's the biggest, that's a record in the province of Quebec for attendance at a women's university sporting event. And that could have been that 16th player that helped them get over the line, one thinks.
I have no doubt that it was. I'm hoping as the people keep pouring in that we could beat this record again.
Yes, it might be close today, might be hard today, but a good performance here in the final could see that number tick over again, maybe another record within the week.
Looking at what the brackets on the screen, you saw that the UVic Vikes just beat Guelph Griffins in a tough win of 16-0.
Yeah,
the points did not describe this game.
No, there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of little errors by the Griffins. They were always in a danger zone, ready to put points on the board. So it's a good win by the Vikes.
We cannot wait to see this going. We will take a short break and we will be back right after for the kickoff of this semi-final towards the Molinex Trophy.
Hey you sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Peu importe à quoi ressemble votre vie, vous pouvez compter sur nous. Pour la vie comme vous la vivez. Assurance, placement, conseil. Canada Vie.
We are a few seconds away from the kickoff of this last semi-final, opposing the Queen's Gales to the hometown Laval Rouge et Or. Taking charge of this match is Montreal's referee Emma Gallagher. She will be assisted by Carson Young and Jérémy Jamin, as well as Cédric Etienne Meilleur taking care of the technical zone.
Yeah, we're just ready to get underway here, Karen. Seeing the Golden Gales coming from your left. They'll be kicking off, of course, in the gold, and the Rouge et Or in black, ready to receive the ball.
Taylor Perry with the kickoff.
And we're underway here. Well received under pressure there. Setting up the possession for Laval. Quick penalty. High tackle, I believe.
High tackle.
Yep.
Emma Gallagher signaling early how she's going to take the height of the tackle lower than the line of the shoulders.
Yes, and Champagne puts the ball into touch safely, setting up the platform for this Rouge et Or line out. You have LaChapelle Johnston throwing in. Well executed into the maul here for the Rouge et Or. See Bertrand Cléry at the back of that maul, trying to marshal her troops to go forward. But the Gales have turned over the ball. Strong defensive effort in that maul.
Taylor Perry with the chip in the middle and the huge tackle.
And just like that, the ball is back on the Rouge et Or side. So a bit of the story of this tournament, lots of quick turnovers between the teams.
And the offload, and Alice Teberge in the middle of the field.
She's done well to work hard there to get the ball in the center of the field, but she's just held on too long. Good defensive effort from the Golden Gales to steal that ball back, get hands on, and force the penalty.
Great position, Jaden Walker. You can see the offload right in the hands of Alice Teberge. She's quick, she's strong, she stayed up, but just not quite long enough.
No, just not quite long enough to get that support there. But it's still Laval ball. The Gales unable to get that ball out of bounds, and Laval will want to make them pay for that. Setting up the drive here, moving towards that far side of the field. Good support from the Rouge et Or.
See that they really want to exploit every meter on the field from left to right.
Yeah, they're
stretch, move that defense, but the big hit coming in.
I believe that was the number 8 for
Maggie Banks.
Yeah, Maggie Banks coming in hard. The captain for the Gales doing a great positive tackle, driving the ball back and gaining territory even though she's on defense.
They really want to put that team under pressure. They know that they're dangerous on the outside and they want to prevent them.
Yes, that's Rosalie Charbonneau who darted through under pressure. So diving into that ruck, not keeping the positive body position, and Champagne with possession of the penalty here.
Rouge are really taking this opportunity to relieve the pressure because the defense is coming in hard on them.
Yes, and something that we've highlighted for this tournament, these teams will not have played each other, will not have seen each other in person this year. Of course, Queen's winning the University of Ontario Athletics Championship, and the Rouge are finishing second here at Stade Telus in the Res Q finals. So they're still trying to find each other out a little bit, I think.
Line out stolen.
Good defensive effort. The throw not going to target, and Queens with possession now.
But the defense is ready.
Scrappy play here. Good defense by the Rouge. You see Queens setting up the passes in behind. Number 6 brought down there. Number 6, Siobhan Shirin is brought down by the winger. Big cheer going up from the homestand, but still Queens in possession. Nice boot, nice little grubber kick through into space. And
knock on, trying to pick up that ball that was rolling.
it's very good heads up play by the Gales here.
Yes, very good vision from Taylor Perry, seeing the space.
Stability and patience.
Referee Emma Gallagher
I'm gonna move this way so I don't
talking to both packs, wanting to make sure everyone is on the same page for this first engagement.
crouch.
5
Bind.
minutes in.
Maybe I missed one.
Big
Ball's
shove.
yellow.
Queens in possession. Well taken. I believe that was the fullback coming in under pressure, Jaden Walker.
No.
This was Matsukobo, who had a handful of try
No.
last game on that right wing. Siobhan Sharon running down the left wing.
Advantage. Knock on.
Lost forward. That pass just going a little bit astray, a bit too
Drop
far.
advantage. Keep that mark, Carson.
There's space to that left side.
Charbonneau. And just
No advantage.
unfortunately just driven out of bounds. We're going back to the advantage.
Thanks.
Laura Gay, who was player of excellence for the RSEQ conference, could not really take advantage of this space.
Yes, she was also U Sports Player of the Week earlier in the year, so lots of accolades for Laura this year.
6 shoulders.
Literally a try-scoring machine for the Rouge.
Yes, she's one of their weapons, and they want to get her into space. So scrum down to Laval.
Bind. Up, please. Straight.
Cohen Flechette
Let's get a longer
communicating with her back line.
bind. Right, you're on her shoulder right now.
Scrum is just behind the mark of the midfield.
Crouch.
Yes,
Bind.
Laval.
Opens up the capacity
Set.
to use the 50-22 rule if they were able to do so.
Under pressure, but picked and brought a bit clear by Laval. Working that short side, getting the winger involved. Pass behind the back of the dummy runner there. Another behind the line pass.
Tons of space here for Charbonneau.
Shoulder.
Brought down, but in support. Flechette is there. Bit too late. Kay decides to pass it out. Is that the right option, though? They're under pressure here.
Very
Queens has been able to push Laval back. Oh, and it's an advantage. We'll listen in here. A late hit by Taylor Perry, perhaps letting the motions get a best of her there.
A bit too eager. Just too eager. This is the pressure of the game.
Yes, this is a semifinal. Everything's on the line here. And, going into the 8th minute, it's still 0-0, and this game has been played between the 22s. Not a lot of time in each other's half. Both teams still really trying to dial in their moves and get together. See the call coming in from Leclerc to La Chapelle Johnstone. A nice move, setting up the maul here in the front.
Good setup. Shifts to the right.
Flechette.
Still very much in control.
Flechette happy to command her forwards, telling them to move forward, telling them to keep that leg drive going. It's that second drive. And the ball comes out from Flechette. Champagne with the big looping pass, but it's still alive.
And Lauragais with the footwork.
She's gone all the way from one wing to the other there.
Advantage, knock on.
Unfortunate miscommunication. Ball there going off the head of one of the forwards who was caught in the line. And Queens look to capitalize.
Now Queens have space.
Yes, Queens pushing up the blind side there.
A big charge in the middle.
Golden Gales forwards involved. A nice little dart and dash by, I believe that was the 9, Banks.
Advantage, knock on.
A new advantage, another mistake. The forwards getting caught in a poor position. That pass was a bit too dangerous, a bit too risky.
And the turnover really gets the crowd going.
Yeah, you can hear it. The home crowd is excited. Rugby's growing here in Quebec, and the Rougiers are definitely part of that. Big hometown crowd from the rugby supporters.
This game is, it looks like they're trying to fight for that midline.
Yeah, it's a battle of attrition, but fought in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Normally we see that more towards the goal lines, but these turnovers are costing both teams some strong attacking opportunities. Once again, Laval goes down for a scrum in the midfield. Under pressure though, Golden Gales forwards pushing that and forcing the penalty. Laval driven to ground, so this might be the beginning of you can see the Gales getting excited. Those forward pack are pumping themselves up. They might be wanting to take that option again. And that's what they've chosen. Yep, they've chosen that. The forwards sense they're like sharks who smell blood in the water at the moment. They want to go again.
And if you look on paper, both packs are fairly similar. You can't say that one of them is a ton bigger than the other.
No.
Heavier or taller.
No,
These two teams are heavy, like they're matched.
Yeah, they're very evenly matched. It's going to be a battle of technique. Nice grubber there by Taylor Perry.
And she finds touch. Beautiful kick with the finesse. You can see the flags. It's pretty windy. Sometimes it goes up and down, but at the moment it is.
Yes, the wind's
flying.
picking up. It's late at night. Well, not so late, but we're under the lights, so conditions are changing.
Backwards.
And just lack of execution in the line out there, allowing Queens to steal that ball off the bounce.
This is the deepest they've been in the opposition territory.
Yes.
Taylor Perry going through.
Yes, Taylor Perry working hard, keeping her feet.
Can't leave it.
Some risky passes, though. I believe that's number 4 recovering the ball, Grace Anderson, from Montreal. So she may be enjoying the chance to play with some supporters, local support as well.
The game of soccer is in action next weekend with the Proto Case U Sport Men's Soccer Championship, presented by Bell from Cape Breton University in Sydney, Nova Scotia, exclusively on CBC Gem and cbcsports.ca.
Laval to throw in. Well thrown this time. Well executed maul. Just need to get that ball back now. They're moving forward. The Rouge et Or, you can hear the crowd cheering them on. Frechette spins out. Champagne forces the pass.
Advantage, knock on. Thank you, keep the mark.
Well recovered there by Choquette. Off of a Queen's knock-on, trying to clean up that loose ball.
Good go forward by rookie Emily Fortin.
Fortin's been working hard here, and they've won the penalty. And yes, it's a high tackle. So maybe a little bit of loss of discipline here. Emma Gallagher slowing things down as one of the Rouge et Or players gets attention. But you're right, Karen. The Golden Gales have finally managed to play some rugby in Laval's half. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is a shot that is not allowed in rugby. As a tackler, you are responsible for your own height. And if you come in with a straight up angle, with your chest straight up, you're at risk of getting called for a high tackle, and even in a card, because you're responsible.
Yes.
If your head hits the head of the other player, it's still you that's responsible for it.
Yes, so luckily not a card for the Gales, and Champagne does not make it to touch. She tries to go deep, and it's well recovered by the Gales, attacking the side there.
Jaden Walker with the physical presence.
It's the back three of the Gales getting involved.
That's Izzy Page driving over more than two players.
Number 12, Madison Donnelly taking up the spot of first receiver, switching places with her 10. And once again, Izzy Page working hard there, but just loses the ball in contact in that big hit. Fortin tackled again hard. She's back up though after that high tackle.
Very good kick. Goes over the winger. She's under pressure.
Well spotted, but well returned by the Gales. They've both teams putting in big leg drives in contact. A lucky recovery there from a bit of an unexpected tip through the forwards.
And she's in good position. Right over the ball. Émilie Fortin.
Great performance by Émilie Fortin, the rookie for the Rouge et Or. She's made quite an impact in this pack already.
What a poach. And we're going to go for points.
Yes, it's championship rugby, so Rouge et Or not so worried if they don't get the try. They just want the points here. They've made it finally past the 10-meter line of the Golden Gales.
And it's so important. You see how hard it was to even get to the 30. So you're not going to try and shift your luck. You just want to get the points where they are.
No, exactly. We saw that in the last semifinal, actually, with Guelph and UVic. Both teams losing a lot of possession around this part of the field while trying to drive forward.
Audrey Champagne, who put in also the kick for the win in the quarterfinal. Can she do it again? Flags go up. This will be the first point of the second semifinal.
So 3-0 thanks to the boot of Audrey Champagne, and you can hear the home team crowd starting to make some noise.
Canada's top university runners head to London and the historic Thames Valley Golf Course for the 2023 U Sports Men's and Women's Cross Country Championships on November 12th. The women's race begins at noon Eastern, followed by the men's race at 1. The 2023 U Sport Men's and Women Cross Country Championship next Sunday, exclusively on CBC Gem and cbcsports.ca.
Thanks, Karen. We've just got back underway here with a kick from the Golden Gales. Well recovered by the Rouge forwards. We see number 5, Maud Chabot, getting up a bit slow there after diving on that loose ball. And a forward pass, just forcing that extra option, maybe not necessary. It's a lot of risks you're going to be taking today.
This is risky. It should have been either a pass before contact or an offload, but this was kind of midway in the defensive line. You either have to win the contact zone or pass before. It's too bad because there was a little bit of space, and we know how fast Naomi Bertrand-Cléry can be.
Well, that was Leah Ouellette on the wing there as well, just targeting perhaps a mismatch, but yes, as you say, that decision has to be made a little bit earlier. As you mentioned, Karen, that scrum is well evenly matched. Both teams going nowhere, staying right in place, all the momentum canceling each other out.
A little bit of a mistake in the midfield for the Queen's Gales.
An unfortunate knock on there. So we'll repeat the scrum, but this time with Laval putting in. Just here, teams asking for clarification from the referee. Of course, both sides don't want to be penalized here. They want to make sure that this scrum is won cleanly for either side.
Laval stacking the right side of their scrum.
Yes, we wonder what move might be coming in store under pressure though. And the Gales have driven that scrum down and decided to go quick. A nice chip from Taylor Perry.
Well recovered by Chapquette.
Flechette working the short side, but there are a lot of Gales there, and they
successfully get the ball away.
Almost out of bounds, but not quite. So we go again. The Rouge are looking to set up this platform.
Couple pick and goes in a row for Laval, but you can't really go all the way up the field with this kind of move.
No, we saw Guelph try that and burn a lot of energy in the last game. Fortunate bounce there for Laval. Lovely tip-on pass.
They seem to be happy with playing in their zone.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure to get out, but we now finally look for the kick, but not able to find touch. Well recovered by Jaden Walker.
But a great tackle by Laura Gay.
And but great response by Jaden Walker. Laura's rolled away, and Walker's able to get up. Crushing tackle. I think we could hear that here from Izzy Page, running into 2 Rougeois, building the space for her backs. Bit of a missed tackle there. Madison Donnelly able to slide through a defender and get that extra meter. And a good heads-up grubber, putting Laval under pressure, pinning them in their half.
Those grubbers being very efficiently used. We've seen now maybe 4 of them, and every time they find space, every time they put them under pressure.
They're so hard to defend. It's a literal last-minute option in many cases, and they're able to put that ball into space where the defenders are not ready. Well executed. I believe that's Fortin who's caught that ball and set the maul. She's driving forward already. Cleanly driven down, though. But they've taken too long to play that ball. Of course, referee giving warnings to the scrum halves, telling them when to play. And we've seen that World Rugby is starting to get a bit more strict on this delaying tactic.
So referee Gallagher awards the turnover. So it will be a scrum on the very far left to the Queen's Gales.
Yes, of course, it might be difficult for those of you at home to see we are playing on the yellow lines, the yellow out of bounds lines, that white football line, and maybe acting as a extra warning system for the players today, but it's not out until they get to the yellow.
Carson, your side.
And the scrum wheels, but it seemed to be okay.
Yeah, cleanly wheeled. No foul play there.
Ball's available.
Ball has to be played here. A pick and go from the Gales. Wanting to get that foot forward, get that momentum going.
Stay, Black. No, 9, don't milk it.
Brought down.
A higher shot from Naomi Bertrand-Cléry.
Yeah, she'll have to be careful there. A deep pass from the Gales, but well defended by Laval.
That's Champagne.
Cameron Isaac just getting held up, but
Is that forward? Are we okay? Okay, thank
oh,
you.
and that
Forward.
great sequence of offloads, but one of the assistant referees has spotted that one of the passes went forward, and
Okay, pour moi.
Emma Gallagher
Pour moi,
confirms it.
avancer. Donc, ils sont devant nous. Je vais regarder. Merci.
And you can see why
Sorry.
the
first
Laval
back.
player is asking for
It's just a scrum forward pass.
the awareness of the referee on the potential obstruction plays. However, Emma Gallagher saying that this time around it was them who were late.
Yes, it can be frustrating in defense. You want to make sure that everything's
Set.
in your favor, but well-run dummy lines by Queens there, and showing just how dangerous they are. They finally made it into the
3.
Laval 22, but unfortunately for the Gales, number 3,
Number 3.
Tatiana Jackson, is penalized, probably, I believe, for not driving straight in that scrum. Of course, that's something that the front row has to deal with. Very technical position.
La Chapelle Johnstone taking a minute to get up.
And just not making it to touch, unfortunately, for Champagne. Well defended. We see
Big gap in the midfield.
and a big step there by Rachel Cullum. You can see just how dangerous this Gales team is. Again, the Rouge are tackling, but maybe a bit too high. Not in strong positive position to drive the Gales back. A lovely set piece there, working out to the wing with the winger in space. Defended, but only just.
Big gap in the middle.
Yeah, well targeted there by the Gales forwards. But this time they are called for extraction.
Number 8.
Unfortunately, Maggie Banks finds herself in front of the ball receiver. A bit of a lucky break there for the Rouge et Or. That was a very convincing sequence of play from the Gales. We'll see here.
The Gales looking so dangerous in that zone.
Jackson working so hard in space. She was alone. And this pass, so unfortunate for Banks to be caught there in that position, because that was such a good attacking position.
This time, the Rouge et Or finds touch. So they'll be in charge of the line-out with Alexis La Chapelle Johnstone throwing in with the wind.
Yes, we can see the touch flags starting to flap across the stadium, in perpendicular to the stadium.
Finding Emily Fortin.
But well defended by the Gales. They're able to suck up that momentum. Referee telling Frochette to use the ball. A commanding tackle by the Gales. Some of those positive tackles that we've been talking about all tournament.
Winger is onside.
And big boot from Champagne.
Good bounce there.
Wow, what a kick.
And what a momentum shift. After nearly 10 minutes of pressure, Laval was able to move.
And this is 50-22, so they'll get the line out as well. This is a momentum shifter
Can you tell us more about that 50-22? It's something that's rather new to the sport recently.
It is rather new to the sport, so if you're behind the midline of the field and you kick and the ball touches the ground and rolls out of bounds behind the line of the 22, which is marked at the 25 yards here on this field, then not only you get a line out there, but you get a line out for your own team. So it is very important to defend those areas.
Yes, emphasizing that attacking platform of the lineout, which is well executed, but knocked back in the tackle. So knocked on by the Gales, a new advantage. Gay takes the ball in. Good attentive play by her there. Looking for a quick little switch there is Frechette, and passing from the deck as she falls. Such dynamism there. Let me see, I believe that's Miranda trucking forward.
She's such a strong player.
Well,
in space.
Well executed
speed.
there, yes.
Adèle Sanson.
Yes, she's been quiet today. They haven't had a lot of touch on that far side, but she's making her presence count.
Théberge going forward.
Fortin still in the mix, the first-year student. Bertrand Cléry clearing the ball out, but not able to dislodge the Gale.
Such a strong position.
Can't tell which one of the Gale's forwards was able to steal that ball, but they did well.
It looks like Izzy Page.
Lizzie Page has been so physical today. But the kick not making it to touch, that's happened quite a few times in this game. I think these teams might be just starting to get a little bit too in their own heads, trying to be a bit too ambitious. Charbonneau taking the ball in there.
Going back inside and
meeting a wall of gold.
Alice Théberge going forward. You can see the Gales ready to try to poach this. Well, anyone who's isolated, but now there's space on the right side, and Chaquette keeps it and goes forward.
Good tackle there by Grace Anderson to bring down the fast back three coming through. More physical play, forwards versus forwards.
Carson, eyes on the player on the ground.
Miranda.
I see.
Miranda looking.
Ball comes out, but Audrey Champagne
Je te vois, reste là.
goes forward with it. The lovely inside ball, but she was... People waited for her.
Yeah.
It was a trap.
Chest height.
We have a player down receiving attention for the Rouge et Or, so they're playing at a
Always
disadvantage at
leverage.
the moment. I believe that might be, fortunately, Fortin.
Théberge trying to put her team back on the...
No, it's 6, leave.
Great work on the
Shirin
ground.
being told to leave the ball there. Just being met by the Rouge et Or. There is... Look how quick those Gales are advancing. Another
Advantage,
tackle,
high.
but high by Lizzie Gibson there.
Penalty only.
So trying to make something, but go back to the advantage. And we can see Fortin has rejoined the team. She's back up.
Oh, no. High tackle.
This is a great position. I'm not sure if she'll go for the points at this distance.
It's long.
And it's against the wind, but she can definitely choose to go to the line out.
And she makes sure to get that ball into touch just inside the 22, just inside the Gales 22. You can see this.
Champagne being a little conservative with her kicking game.
Well, against UBC, of course, she missed a couple of those kicks to touch, so maybe just trying to dial things back a bit. We see the call coming from Leclerc. Nice move, but well stolen. Just another time that ball
Hey, available.
stolen by the Gales.
Good steal.
And a lovely
And
kick.
again, the little chip in the middle, well gathered. However, they don't
They
connect
don't
them
gather
to-
it.
on the pass. Lucky for the Rouge et Or
Yes.
to get away with that penalty.
Unlucky for Isaac, who was coming in to try to steal that ball.
Carmen Isaac, she has so much speed.
Yes.
The best of women's university soccer is on display next weekend with the U Sport Women's Soccer Championship in Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, only on cbcsports.ca and CBC Gem.
Thanks, Karen. We're setting up here for a line out to the Rouge et Or. They've lost a couple here. That long throw, maybe getting caught in the wind, and Queen's able to get hands on it and retake possession.
They have some high, not only jumpers, but boosters in the Queen's lineup.
Yes, they're a tall pack.
Again, so athletic from Corinne Fréchette to be able to get the ball away when she's literally rolling on her back.
Yes, she's exhibiting all the best stereotypes of a scrum half, able to dive on that ball like a terrier and get it out. Okay, recovering the ball here. A nice little offload to
Chaquette in space, and she knocks it forward.
First knock, second knock.
So now it's Laval who's camping out near the 22 of the Golden Gales, but not much time left in this half.
You can see Chaquette connecting well and then just not expecting that hit to come from Lizzie Gibson.
Lizzie Gibson making shoulder contact and just forcing the ball to spill out.
It's a good reason she was player of the match last game.
Yes, it'll be tough. The committee will be in for a difficult decision tonight, I think.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Now Laval putting pressure on the scrum, but a
Maggie Banks.
good pick and go from Banks.
Big fan. What a powerful player.
Backwards.
Well, scrappy defense from the back row, the back three from Laval to force that. It's a messy ball for the Gales.
Banks taking a second to get up.
Will they are trying to play this out of their half. I think they want to make a statement before halftime. Dancing, trying to avoid the contact, but it's unavoidable. Lots of flat passes to this forward pack.
They really want to take it to the line. They want to use the people in the middle.
Chest pass there to Maddie May, I believe, receiving on the wing, the hooker.
Big hits left and right.
First arriver. No, leave.
And
You're off feet 5.
And this is the
You're off feet 3
penalty
on the ground.
that the Rouge et Or was looking for.
well, they started cheering maybe a bit too early before the referee's arm went up.
Shot called.
And of course, Haute-Champagne is looking to turn this into 6 points.
Time's expired.
So we mentioned it's championship rugby. They'll be happy to walk away with 6 points after all that effort. There's a huge second half to play.
However, all the pressure is on Champagne's shoulder because if the ball goes away, it is live. So the other team can choose to run it if they find space.
Yes,
Or they can tap it down and earn a 22 dropout.
yes, it's nearly silence here at Stade Tellis.
Off
And
the
off
post.
the post. This is live.
Live.
Well reacted by both teams there.
I can't believe how many post goals have been hit.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few goalposts and missed shots at goal this tournament.
And this is how we end this first half. Coming up in the halftime show, we'll meet a U Sports Award winner and the recap of the first half. Scoring after 35 minutes of play, it is only 3-0 for the Laval Rouge et Or against the Queen's Gale. You're watching the U Sports Women's Rugby Championship on CBC, and we will see you after the break.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Peu importe à quoi ressemble votre vie, vous pouvez compter sur nous. Pour la vie comme vous la vivez. Assurance, placement, conseil. Canada Vie.
Every year, U Sports presents a series of major honors to the top student athletes and coaches in each sport. Here are the nominees and the winner of the 2023 U Sports Fox 40 Coach of the Year.
Les nominés du prix Jim Atkinson présenté décerné à l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport Fox 40 sont The nominees for the Jim Atkinson Award presented to the U Sports Fox 40 Coach of the Year are from the AUS du Sport Universitaire de l'Atlantique, James Boy, UPI. Du Réseau du Sport étudiant du Québec, from the RSEQ, François Vachon-Marceau, Université Laval. From the OUA du Sport Universitaire de l'Ontario, Chris Jones, McMaster University. And from Canada West, de l'Association Ouest Canadienne, Dean Merton, UBC. And the 2023 winner of the Jim Atkinson Award as the Fox 40 U Sports Women's Rugby Coach of the Year is le lauréat du prix Jim Atkinson en tant que l'entraîneur de l'année Fox 40 U Sport en rugby féminin est François Vachon-Marceau, Université Laval.
un sens à mon existence. À mon existence.
Peu importe à quoi ressemble votre vie, vous pouvez compter sur nous. Pour la vie comme vous la vivez. Assurance, placement, conseil. Canada Vie.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team. U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year Award Program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of Varsity Athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues du championnat U-Sport.
We are a few minutes away from the kickoff of the second half of this last semifinal for the Molinex Trophy at the Women's Rugby U-Sport Championship here in Quebec City. I'm Karen Paquin, and I'm along with Paul George. And today we have seen a very exciting first half between the Rouge et Or and the Gales.
Yes.
However, not many points.
No, the scoreline makes us think we might be at hockey or soccer, but it's been a lot of rugby played in the middle of the field. Lots of turnovers, lots of aggressive opportunities. We can see some of the highlights here. Lovely offload there from the Rouge et Or early in the game.
We have seen a lot of athletes running in the space, but no one being able to run over the try line and dot the ball down in that red zone.
No, not translating into points. Still very exciting to watch. It's been very fun being up here. You can see just the highlights here.
The lone penalty kick from Audrey Champagne, giving a very narrow advantage to the hometown team.
Yes, of course we can see here this highlight, this great sequence from the Gales pushing towards the line. Unfortunately called back for a forward pass, but showing how dangerous they are in space. Fortunately for Rouge et Or, their last attempt at a penalty went off the post, and it's not the first time we've seen that in this game, in this tournament.
You can see that both teams really have almost a similar style of play.
Definitely.
They want to play the ball, they want to throw it around and make cool things happen. But at the end of the day, this is championship rugby.
Yes.
And this game is tight.
Yes, some of those options may be a bit too dangerous, a bit too risky. Perhaps it's wiser to play a bit more conservative with the ball there in those opportunities.
The one place where the Queen's Gales have been putting the Rouge et Or at risk is using those grubbers on the left side of the field. It's been every time they looked so dangerous, and one different bounce and it could have been a try.
It's a very different story. It's just the luck of the draw there, luck of the bounce, if you will. And that's a weapon that the backline of the Gales, especially Taylor Perry, but we've seen some of the other Gales backs take the opportunity to chip that ball through. So it's a weapon that the Rouge et Or were going to have to neutralize if they want to keep this lead and build this lead. It would be definitely their objective. And of course, the Gales are going to want to pound back with this ball here.
So we see the Rouge et Or lining up to kick off towards the right side. Audrey Champagne taking charge in the middle. And the referee, Emma Gallagher, is ensuring that both teams are ready before she sends this half underway.
This is the last half of the semifinal. The winner of this game will go on to face UVic in our grand final for the Molyneux Trophy on Sunday evening. You can hear the crowd starting to get excited here as we move toward the whistle. And Champagne puts a high kick in, well taken by Maddie May from the Gales. She had lots of time to take that ball and set up the platform.
The Gales starting with a big run from Gibson.
Gibson doing well to get space, but that ball got a little loose from her in the tackle there. Big punch line and support there. I believe that's the second row combination of Jackson and Anderson there. Or sorry, Anderson and Page.
Page has been everywhere. What a lovely offload.
A lovely offload, and just that extra pass, too many there, unfortunately going to feet at the ankles there. You can hear the crowd from Laval cheering. They know that this turnover is coming, and they're in a good position in the center field. The center field scrum is such a dangerous option. Although we are very much in the center of the field, so a lot of space for the Rouge et Or.
See that fancy offload back and forth between Gibson and Perry.
Referee just making sure that Queen stays in within the bounds of the law when it comes to the scrum.
Rouge et Or being in their half.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
With the midfield scrum. Teberge going, and Fréchette in space, looking for a runner.
She's found the offload, Champagne.
Looking for the winger, Adèle Sanson.
Well recovered off the bounce there. Taking it into contact. Fléchette's so dangerous, trying to dance around, but nowhere to go this time. Brought down by the Queen's defense.
Picked at the base of the ruck. Big defense.
And the Gales are quick back to their feet. They need to work hard if they're going to defend this push by Laval. The Rouge et Or.
These teams are really giving everything at each other. Fréchette closing in into the last 5 meters of the field.
Another pick and go.
Are we going to see the first try of this game?
Once again, at the back.
Teberge.
Brought down by Page.
Fortin.
Fortin, the first-year student, brought down. Good support there. So many bodies in this space. It'll be hard to get that ball over.
And she goes through, and she will put it down right under the post.
Slips right through the middle of there. Unfortunate miscommunication with the Gales defensive line there.
Maud Chabot. What awareness of that very small opening.
Yes, minuscule opening. What a heads-up play there.
Jumps right over the ruck as we see the last sequence.
Brought down. Queen's a bit slow to get up. Just a bit too tall. Just a bit too tall there. They didn't expect the low pick.
There was no space.
Absolutely no space. Great heads-up play by Chabot. And Champagne will try to add 2 points. And she does.
Flags go up.
And you can hear the crowd, that local crowd going 10-0 for the Rouge et Or.
Audrey Champagne with the calm boot adds the 2 point. The crowd is up on their feet.
Well, the Rouge et Or slogan this year has been Bienvenue à Québec, and they've been giving us quite a welcome with this tournament. We can see here record-setting crowd on Wednesday and definitely the 16th player today as well.
Taylor Perry with the kickoff. Goes short.
Oh, just dropped backwards there. Well recovered though, and Laval is looking to put some pressure on the Queens, but still in their half. Bit high there in the tackle, so able to drive forward.
Alice Debert, she's so strong.
Strong and aware. She looks for the option and decides, you know what, maybe it's not worth it this time. She backs herself and gets the meters. Charbonneau brought down near the sideline, right around the 5-meter channel. Fortin still going.
Maranda going forward.
And a heads-up pick again, but so unfortunately that pick coming from an offside position in the ruck. Heads-up play, but not aware of the position. And yes, the Gales are going to try to turn this into points.
Yeah, you have to pick the ball from that last person. If you're in front of someone and you're part of a ruck, you're not allowed to pick through.
Yes, I think she might have felt the ruck might have been over there, but the referee did not feel that way, so we have a penalty.
And Gibson will have her shot at goal. CBC TV is your home for the 2023 Canada Life Vanier Cup from Kingston, Ontario. Catch the best in university football action Saturday, November 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBC TV, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca.
You can hear the rowdy home crowd.
Gibson. And flags go up.
So it's 10-7. Or sorry, 10-3, up by 7. Got ahead of myself there for the Rouge et Or, but that's the first points of the game for the Gales. Championship rugby, they just need to come back a couple more times and they can pull ahead. So
this is just to say how quickly a game can turn around.
Yes, exactly. Looking to get underway here, Champagne. A lower kick, again recovered, well, bobbled, but recovered by May.
And she's into space.
She slips a tackle or two.
Backwards.
Nice inside pass there. Dangerous line. And able to get the outside offload as well.
However, the pressure's back on Izzy Page.
Such a workhorse today, but not getting as many meters as she might like. Another inside offload there. Such a dangerous option.
And the big run in the middle.
And a lovely
offload.
A lovely offload.
Into Matsukobo's hands. She's been hard to stop.
Yeah, she's really good at keeping that momentum going forward.
Good pressure. Choquette.
Bringing down Anderson. Such a much bigger player in Anderson there. Brought down by Choquette, the try-score. Oh no, and they've talked back to the ref, so she's marching them back another 10 meters. It's not what you want to do in this type of situation at all. Queens are so dangerous as a forward pack.
This is ill discipline in a zone that's so dangerous for the Rouge et Or.
Yeah, they're up by 7, but a converted try from the Gales and we're even again, so they'll need to keep their composure.
They're in a great zone to do that with that big 8-man Maggie Banks at the back lurking to gain some meters.
Yeah, we can see them setting up here. They're obviously spread wide. We can see Walker, Matsukobo set up. No one on the short side here for the Gales. Sampson, of course, can't leave that line.
Great pressure by Fréchette.
But well responded by the Gales. It's Sheeran picking and going, and a heads-up pick and go as well from the Gales, bringing it back to where that scrum started.
Beautiful hit, Laurence Chabot.
She's done well to get low there. A bit high by Charbonneau.
Chabot used to be a flanker, so whenever she goes for a tackle, she's pretty comfortable.
Yes.
A flat pass, just knocked backwards.
Very lucky from the Gales. They're pushing that line with the flat passes there. And hands.
What number?
They might have hands on it, Leo.
Advantage, 2 offside.
Oh, unfortunate for Rougeau, but that's a good sign for the Gales. They can keep this attack going and restart when it dies out.
Crunching hits.
May working hard there. Wow, that's through the side there, but we're going back to the original penalty. Bit of ill discipline there from a few Rougeau players. And once again,
They feel like they have the momentum. They want to go for the big points.
yep, not happy to take a penalty. And it's out. It's out, still in play, so just by inches.
Gallagher explaining to Alexis Lachapelle, Johnstone, that she needs to get back before she can attempt anything. We see the old guard showing up with their medal, trying to inspire their team.
Rougeau, of course, winning in Victoria last year. Lots of returning players this year who are looking to carry that tradition forward.
Or is it the soccer team who just won on the other field their RSCQ final? It could be.
We'll need to get some confirmation. We can maybe ask the mascot if he can relay that information to us. Either way, it's a big day for sports here in Quebec City. You can hear the Gales getting fired up. They want to steal this ball, and they may be able to. They are a strong pack. We've seen both packs get the better of each other, but they're really evenly matched.
So this time around, the Gales get the shove, but it's illegally done.
Yeah, Armitage being called for wheeling the scrum, not going straight. Very unfortunate for them, but a little bit of a reprieve for the Rougeau. Champagne makes it to touch. Still in their half, but it will be the Rougeau ball to put in.
Champagne a bit conservative with her boot. As we saw earlier, she was able to explode that 50-22.
You might have heard their referee just explaining what went wrong with the push there from the Gales. Under pressure, putting the pressure on for the lineout, but recovered by Rougeau, of course in black here. Flechette going, digging for that ball. A deep pass. And very risky play from the Rougeau in their 22, and just so unfortunate for the Gales that that pass didn't go to hand. That would have been an absolute game changer. We'll see here on the replay. The flat pass going to the 15.
What a good read by Isaac.
No.
She almost had her hands on it.
So unlucky. So unlucky.
Risky play from the Rougeau, as you said.
Yeah.
How to get out of this end.
I'm sure the coaching staff might be having some words on the sideline now with their subs, wanting to relay the message to keep calm and carry on, as it were.
Chabot going forward.
Which of course can be so difficult when you're in this type of high pressure game. This time, Champagne under
no
pressure.
Mistake, and she boots it way out.
Makes it into the technical zone, so a bit of relief for the Rouge et Or, but the Gales will be putting into this line out.
And the whole crowd takes a breath.
It's an exciting day. This is a very exciting game. You can see the Gales getting set in formation, May to throw in.
Finds Gibson
Under-
with the deflected ball.
Under pressure, but recovered all the same. And a strong attacking line there from the Gales.
Yeah, well, it took Geffen to the face, but just got back up and went with her business.
She did her job. May not have been the prettiest, but it got the job done. And now it's a Rouge et Or put into this line out.
Tickets for the 2023 Canada Live Vanier Cup in Kingston, Ontario begin at $20. Order your tickets to the biggest football game of the year by visiting vaniercup.com or by scanning the QR code on your screen.
Thanks, Karen. Of course, my mistake there. The ball was knocked forward out of bounds, so Rouge et Or had the option, and they decided to choose the scrum this time. Right there, just 5 meters from the far sideline. In front of the Nike sign there. And another scrum penalty again against Armitage. Swinging out there, not keeping
letting
straight.
them out with the little mistakes.
This is a game of split decisions today. Both teams not maybe executing exactly as they would like, but having to adapt.
Strong kick on the short angle from Champagne.
You can see some subs warming up for both teams there. Line out coming. I believe that's Bertrand Cléry who's cleaned it up in the air.
Nice flat pass.
Well taken.
Good hands. Chaquette keeps the ball.
She gets there, and Sampson has to work hard to clear out that ruck. But she does well. Gale's not rolling away fast enough. Fortin working hard, trying to dislodge the Gales there. Oh,
and the offload does not connect.
I didn't want to say anything. I wasn't sure whether that first inside pass might have just drifted forward from our angle, but referee doesn't agree with that. She says there's a knock-on later on in the play. We'll see the replay here. Flechette looking.
It did go forward a bit, and just because of that.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Very heads-up rugby there.
What a lovely connection, 9-10.
Flechette in her 3rd year. Quite a bit of experience coming through here now.
And numbers of players on these two teams have been called to Canada U23 camps.
Yes. Yes, many of them playing U23 and many alumni playing with the national team as well. So these are two powerhouses of women's rugby in Canada. Of course, the adversaries today, but maybe teammates under the Maple Leaf in the future.
And the good read by Charbonneau.
What an offload under pressure. Risky. We've seen some risky handling choices by both teams in their zone, but both times paying off. It's the Rouge et Or line out at the 10-meter line inside the Gales' half.
Wonderful kick to get out of this.
Now we can see two Rouge et Or subs warming up. We see Anne-Sophie Carreau, the agronomy student, and number 17 and number 23, Emma Lajeunesse. biomed student warming up.
And they will replace Cécile Leclerc and Adèle Sanson.
But not quite yet. Another play to go for those two players. Unfortunately, the line out not straight. A high lobbing ball, and there is quite a bit of wind there. You can see those touch flags starting to fly. These changes coming now.
I can tell you that this wind is going in circles. It is going one way, then the other way.
And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like we have what might be a bit of snow or rain coming down here to add to everything, as you can see in the spotlights there. So the conditions are starting to change. You can see the Rouge et Or, they're fired up. They still have energy even if they're coming out of the game. Referee calls to time to come back. Now it's her turn to tell the Rouge et Or to keep straight in the scrum, of course with the new replacement coming in.
First scrum for Caro.
A nice pick, move up the blind side from the Gales.
So hard to stop Maggie Banks.
And bouncing, tipping along. You can think of the
This is a good tackle.
The flying Fijians in Rugby Sevens, but well recovered there. Fortin tackling. Oh no, that's not Fortin, sorry. It's Miranda. Just working hard, slow to get up there. Another big tackle. Charbonneau, but heads up Rugby. And Queens have the advantage. They want that ball. Thompson, scrappy pass out off the bottom of the ruck. She's looking to build phases here. The forwards getting involved. That's Gibson going out to Shireen, playing like extra backs. And again,
very great line in the middle by prop Tatiana Jackson.
Jackson's been spotting those gaps. Maybe it's just Rouge et Or not identifying the very mobile threat in front of them. But unfortunately for the Gales,
they look like they
holding
have all
on.
the momentum in the world, but they are stopped at the line of 40.
Holding on to that ball, just a little too late, a little too long in the ruck, and Rouge et Or is off the hook for the moment. But we can see just how quickly this game will change. And ooh, Champagne lucky there with the bounce to get out of touch. You don't want to give Matsukobu a chance to put on some moves and gain territory.
No, she was so efficient at putting points. I believe she had 4 tries in the first game.
Of course, on Wednesday against the UPI Panthers. Let's get a shot now.
Coming down more and more here in Quebec City.
And not straight again, unfortunately, for Rouge et Or. And so it's right away, the Gales get ball back.
It is really hard when you're in the lineout to not feel like you need to counter the pressure by jumping inside of the gap. You really have to stay outside of the gap and let your hooker manage the vertical pressure coming from the other side.
There's so much moving. There's so many moving parts in the lineout, and each one of them feeling a bit of pressure right now to make sure that everything is on 100%. But of course, sometimes that overthinking might lead to errors, as you say. Referee telling us
for the Gales.
Thompson to put in here.
And the Queen's Gales have overloaded that right side. Looking forward to create an overlap.
Yes, of course, the wingers here, the short side winger from the Rouge et Or has to stay in cover in case Banks or the forwards decide to pick and go on that short side.
I wouldn't want to tackle Banks after a 20-meter run.
No, not at all. Thompson puts in a scrum under pressure. Thompson from Uxbridge, Ontario takes the ball out. A flat pass, again another flat pass, but
and
well
the
offloaded.
Is good.
And another offload. They're forcing it down to the wing there. Desperate tackle from the Rouge et Or. such a strong position here from the Gales, but Rougeau have turned it over again. We're still playing, Karen, in between the 22s.
Yeah, it was a clean poach, but now it is not clean rugby.
No, this is the nitty-gritty rugby that you have to rely on when things don't go to plan.
And with the rain coming down, it does change what you want to do with the ball. You want to keep it more in hand.
Both teams playing expansive rugby. Unfortunate.
Great bounce, actually.
Yes, yes.
La Jeunesse in the space. Well wrapped up.
Again, another turnover, a quick hands in, not releasing. Both teams getting penalized a lot for not releasing.
Madison Donnelly putting her hands with a great body position, super strong over that ball. And Taylor Perry with the kick.
Donnelly, another student from Ontario, from Little Britain, working hard there, making her impact felt. You can see the Gales bench is all warming up. There's likely to be a lot of changes, a sea change of Gales coming in the coming minutes. The Maul still moving forward.
No, don't change your mind.
The ball not coming out. Oh, but brought down illegally by someone at the bottom of the Rougeau. Well, tempers are starting to fire up here. This game has been so intense.
Yeah, this is the intensity that comes with the pressure of this kind of game.
Everyone is on the ball. We're going to that situation. This said 17, excellent.
So that's Caro who brings it down illegally. The Gales are in. And
Wonderful line out by Taylor Perry. Excellent kick.
Excellently targeted. So dangerous here.
What precision.
The Gales have been here before in this position and they haven't been able to get points. They really need to this time to even the score. A couple of fake moves, a lovely maul, and quick up the short side, but just brought short. Just brought down short. And a try for the Gales. I do not see who it was.
Number 4, Grace Anderson, fell awkwardly.
Yes, she is down receiving some treatment.
She's fine.
Oh, maybe just needed a breather.
Once she realized the points were scored, I believe it uplifted her. We'll see Gibson, who showed us that she has the capacity to make that kick.
Yes, it's number 6. Siobhan Shireen taking that ball in. 10-8, Laval leads. Lots of pressure now on this kick to even the scores.
She's been working everywhere, Shireen. And now she's got to try to her name.
And it's nearly the same type of situation as Laval's try earlier, just that awareness of the picker.
We've seen Gibson put in these kicks, but in very different conditions. Right now it is wet and the wind is blowing against her.
And a wall of Rougeau tries to intercept the kick, put the pressure on, and it just sails wide on the short side. You can see there, number 9, Colleen Flechette. She's always so animated when she plays. Loves to get the crowd involved.
She's fueling up on this intensity from the crowd.
Yes, it's going back and forth there. Just getting her team going, taking their time. Of course, Laval is still ahead by 2 points. They don't need to feel that pressure. Referee says 7 minutes left in this game.
They're well aware that 2 points is all you need to take the win.
Oh,
Miscommunication.
miscommunication between Shireen and May, but recovered all the same by the Gales. A pick, trying to build the platform. They'll have to be careful here, the Rouge et Or. Don't want to give too many penalties. Might have been.
Straight in the hands of Fréchette. Choquette with the run. Laura Gay under pressure.
Holding on to that ball. You don't want to see them force anything here. I think they want to try to play a bit more conservative. Of course, that's one thing for us to say in the booth. It's another thing to do on the field.
And the more conservative you want to play at the end of the game, the more pressure you're going to feel from the other team.
Exactly. They don't want you to play conservative. They want to force you to play expansive and maybe make a mistake.
They might give you a little bit of space just to see if you're going to throw that long pass.
Lots of pistons going back and forth here. The forwards in the Laval engine room running straight into that golden wall.
I don't know if their plan is to pick and go for 7 minutes, but this
that
will
might
be 7 very long minutes.
If that's the case, that takes a lot of energy. And the ruck coming, now starting to move a little bit more, taking some space. Let's see, nominating for the ball, taking it in.
Carros, super strong in contact.
Working well together, the Laval forwards staying tight. No one wants to get isolated. And
big shot on Léa Ouellet.
Yeah, Léa Ouellet driven backwards by Gibson and Banks. It's a tag team duo no one wants to go up against.
No hand six.
Good ruck.
The pick and go again.
Chapelle Johnstone.
You can see them just, all the backs have gotten tight as well. All the players are playing within only about 25 meters of space.
This is exhausting. This is exhausting rugby.
Exhausting rugby and dangerous.
Johnstone a bit isolated, but driven back into her teammates.
Running straight into about 4 golden jerseys there.
Jackson distributing shoulders left and right.
Yeah, we can see that the Gales have advanced into Laval's half without even having the ball. They've been pushing them back. You can hear that defensive line screaming, organizing themselves. And it pays off.
This is what they wanted, a penalty in the zone.
Taylor, everyone's trying to referee right now. People are on the breakdown.
It's a bit far for a kick, but should she attempt it? I would with the size of that boot.
Well, I think they're gonna go a bit safer. Maybe try to set the platform. Big kick, but it's not going out.
Choquette's gonna take it forward, and there will be no passes there.
No, Choquette taking it right into contact. Big tackle by Shireen. We can see that line of gold setting up again. But unfortunately, it's the gold that need the ball. And it's a knock on.
2 minutes to go. 2 points between the teams. Laval up by 2 points, but a scrum to the Gales.
2 minutes to go. We have a sub coming here. Number 22 for the Rouge et Or, Elizabeth Reyes coming in. And Fortin, the first year, who's put everything on the line today. He's had a great performance. Sends a last word to her teammates.
Here we go.
2.5 minutes to go.
Time's on. Crouch. Binds.
You can feel the tension here, the home crowd.
My own heart is beating in my ears.
This is a very exciting game. starting to make some noise. We see some Gale supporters with their drums have made the trip down to
Maggie Banks
Quebec City.
and Reyes with the important tackle.
And it's lost. Oh, a dangerous tackle there.
Advantage to the Rouge et Or. They will keep it tight.
Yeah, they can rest easy, a little easier, knowing that they can bring this back to the penalty. They can burn out the clock now.
It's almost as if they don't want to move forward too much.
No, they know how dangerous those hands from the Queen defense have been. Queens, of course, the champions the year before. Last year, 2021.
There's only one. Stay back.
So this matchup seems to have been predestined by the rugby gods. The first place and the last champion as well, but meeting in the semifinal. 1 minute remaining, says the referee. You can see the tension on the face of that Queen's bench, which I believe has not been used today. So lots of players on their last legs as we head into the last minute.
Last minute of play of this game. The crowd is being loud.
And it's gone not straight. So Queens will have one last
attempt.
That's just these little moments of execution that we've talked about for pretty much every team in this tournament. They've just had these lapses in judgment and little mistakes that start to add up.
It is the composure that will take it.
You can hear the Queens fans making noise as well.
Laval can't afford to give them an inch or a penalty.
No, a strong scrum out the back there.
But no advantage on the scrum.
And
this is a knock forward. And this will be game.
And we can see the Rouge et Or, their bench, their deep team coming out to celebrate. Absolutely heartbreaking for the Gales. 2 points victory. So tight these games the Rouge et Or have been playing the last two games. 7-5 against UBC, 10-8 against Queens. And they will go on to face UVic in the final, the Vikes, on Sunday evening.
Laval's Rouge et Or came in seeded 6th in this tournament. They had lost their own conference final, but they showed up here with the crowd carrying them, and they are going to go into this final. Wow. What a moment for this team, and what a moment for this city.
Yes, the rugby community in Quebec is really excited about hosting this tournament and being able to cheer on the girls here. And of course, as we know, there are people watching, selectors watching, and the rugby community in Canada is really excited to see this and grow the sport.
What a moment for these players, and so many players that are heading into their 4th and 5th years.
Yes, and these players, they've played a lot together. Of course, there's only one show in town with rugby besides the Rouge et Or, and that's the Club de Rugby de Québec, and a lot of these players are teammates there and will enjoy that summer rugby together, but this is their last time swan song at the university level.
And I have a little bit of a thought for Eve-Marie Houle, who will probably be able to live her last moments in the Rouge et Or jersey at home.
Coming off a suspension received during the Rescue playoffs, she will now be eligible to be in the formation. Should U Sports Fox 40 Coach of the Year, Francois, or as we like to say, Frank decide to include her in the formation. Of course, can't highlight that enough. Lots of success for the Rouge et Or this year, both on the field and off the field.
Again by 2 points. Again at the last second.
these games have been the icing on the cake at the end of this great day of rugby. These games for the Rouge et Or, these nail biters, nothing ever going 100% to script.
And this will be time to select the Nike player of the game for both teams.
Do you have any thoughts? I don't know whether, I think the committee is going to have a hard decision for both teams here.
On my side, I have to say, for the Gales, I really appreciated Maggie Banks' addition in this team, as well as Taylor Perry. She was making things happen.
Yes, of course can't not mention the try scorer Siobhan Shireen, bringing that momentum swing right back in their favor in the dying moments of the game. Of course, for the Rouge et Or, we saw some great standout performances. The try scored by...
Who scored the try?
My brain is melting. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, Karen.
It was Chabot.
Yes, Chabot. Yes.
Maud Chabot.
Yes, sorry. It's been a long day in the booth here. But Chabot bringing that try over. Champagne with the boot. And so many just off the ball and defensive efforts. Very impressed by the work of some of these early first-year players like Nomi Bertrand-Crary and Emily Fortin, giving it their all on the pitch.
Yeah, Alice de Berge with the big strike runs. So many good players. And on the Queen's side, how could I forget Izzy Page?
Yes.
She was fantastic.
Izzy Page, and these conditions, it's about what's playing in front of you. They have so many weapons, the Gales. They'll be going into the third place match and a rematch of the OUA final against the Guelph Griffins. And they'll be looking to finish this tournament with their heads held high, maybe give them more options for some of their backs. We didn't get to see as much of the potential as some of them, like Matsukobu, who made such an impact when she got the ball, but just didn't get it enough, it seems.
And now with the Nike players of the game.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
And we see both teams line up on either side of the pitch. There was one team that has smiles all over their faces, but the Queen's Gales can hold their head up high.
Absolutely, Karen.
They gave such a good opposition. It was a game of inches.
A game of inches and a game of chance to a certain extent. Most of the game being played in between the 22s for the first half, and just a 3-0 score at halftime. That's not very normal with rugby, and we can see there that
here she is, Izzy Page.
A well-deserved player of the match award for Izzy Page.
Absolutely.
Working so hard on offense and defense today.
Crunching hits.
Colleen Flechette winning the number 9, or winning the player of the match, the number 9. Big smile there from her. She's marshaled her troops all day, keeping those forwards in line and coordinating with the back. And
so much intensity for Corinne Fréchette, and her whole team is right there celebrating with her. And we invite you to join us in 2 days' time, Sunday, for the consolation final, opposing the GGs to the UBC Thunderbirds. And then there will be a bronze medal final. It will be an Ontario clash between the Queen's Gales and the Guelph Griffins. And your final with the Laval hometown Rouge et Or, who will face the UVic Vikes.
What a matchup. What a matchup. Both those teams having upset their seeding to make it to the semifinal and now the final.
And this is it for us. I'm Karen Paquin. I was joined by Paul George, and you've been watching the 2023 U Sports Women's Rugby Championship in Quebec City. We will see you Sunday.
U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year Award Program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of Varsity Athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues du championnat U-Sport.